good stuff. Yeah. Okay. So with respect to your workflow, like for example, you said that you're using Goji Berry to scan for signals, right?
Signals,
So
yeah.
this is how you would do it here with us. Keyword-based post scanning based on fine intent or whatever it is. So you take that, it's basically a skill, and you would pop that into, let's see where I'm at right here. I actually got Zevari running right now, and this is just what it did. It did a bunch of stuff here. So see, it basically made 3 campaigns, and it did all this outbound here. But for example, let me fire up a new one here. So we'll get Claude running, and I just paste it in, and now it starts going. So it's going to pull in all my information. It knows what my ICP is, because when you start off with Zevari, you run like an onboarding skills, and the onboarding skills will figure out like who you are, your business, your job title, like what you offer, your ideal customer profile. So it basically does all of this here. It figures out your call to action here, like whatever your goal is with your campaigns. It'll get your working hours as well, so that it's not sending messages outside of working hours. Like LinkedIn is pretty, it's the best practice to do that. So we have this built in, and then these are like the default time zones here, and of course you can adjust it to whatever time zone that you're in, of course. And then it's based on your account type is the amount of limits that you have per week. So as you see, I'm on Sales Navigator here.
I have that too.
Okay, perfect. So that's the highest one here. And then you can also do the emails as well. So you can connect it to your Instantly. And so when Zevari creates a campaign, it will create a multi-step campaign. And the campaign will basically, like I'll show you in here. So it will do, like for example, this is like a warm-up campaign here. And it will fire off like all of it'll do like a post, comment on a post, send the messages, and then it'll also do the emails as well. So what it does for the emails is
Sorry, I got confused. Is it warming up the LinkedIn account, or is it warming up the inbox, the email accounts?
The LinkedIn account. So it does a multi-channel. So it does the LinkedIn.
Okay.
And then if you want, in that same campaign, you can also do the not only just the LinkedIn, but you can do the emails as well. So, and for the emails is pretty good. Let me find the agent.
Yeah, because that's exactly where my system falls down.
Gotcha.
Right, so I've got this great lead gen. It captures them. The resolution on my ICP is pretty good. The signals are pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I can enrich it, but then that's it. Once they respond to my LinkedIn connection request and they write back to me, they pop out of the workflow. And then I need to follow up. And I've got lots of people that have written to me and responded. They're already connected with me, so they pop out of that workflow. And now it's on me to follow up with them. And that's where my workflow breaks.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So in that case, what you would want to do then is go to the inbox, and you would want to do the inbox classifier here. So you'd run this skill. What this skill would do is it basically goes through your entire inbox, scores
the
them.
LinkedIn inbox?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. So
yeah.
You're familiar with Goji Berry. I guess you've done your competitive research. They have something called inbox, but it's limited to 100, your most recent 100 communications. And I've got leads that wrote back to me that I connected with back in October and November. I was just going through today, leaving voice notes and writing personal messages. Wow, I'm very, very far behind. 6 months.
Well, I mean, first things first, you'd want this will go through all of them, and it will do it over, like you'd run a command and you'd say, I want to go through all of my, whatever, my entire inbox. It will take a while because it spaces it out, and it does it randomly, and it doesn't want to, detect LinkedIn's algorithm, of course. So it does it randomly,
right.
But the first step is it will qualify all of them. It will score them. So that's key. Like, you don't want to waste your time on sending out outreach to people who aren't qualified, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why this is super key. So you'd run this first. But the beauty of this system here is you just tell it, Claude, like what you have your problem, and it will search through all of these skills, and it will basically figure out all right, you need to do these skills, and you need to do these skills in this order. That's what it would do for you. It would figure out like all the skills, what to do, and then chain them together, and then it create a workflow for you. That's the beauty of a Claude-first app. That's why we built this whole thing in Claude here.
All right, so that's the behind the scenes, and you interact with it through the app that you were showing me a second ago?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, this app basically shows you like, you know, everything that Zevari can, but we interact with it through actual, you know, Claude, as you can see here.
Okay.
But hang on. Of course it can be flimsy. That's what I don't like about Claude. I love Claude, but then it's always like, oh, the MCP is not available. Like, it is available. So whenever that happens, we just run it again. We can always just take a look. MCPs. Let's see here. Instantly.
Yeah, because I've been using LinkedIn's mailbox, which is horrible.
Yeah.
You know, I've starred leads that I think are good qualified leads, but I need a more programmatic way to go back and re-qualify them and then figure out what to say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you can see here, like I gave it this skill. This was for the signal skill that I gave it here, and then it pulled up prerequisites met. Profile has 21 signal keywords configured. Some high intent from your list here. Reply with this. So basically, it sets you through the process of even figuring out like which keywords you want to scan. But I can honestly, I can just like here. This is another thing that you could do with it. Just go. This is Claude. What should I do in Zevari? Read my profile and tell me what I should focus on next for outbound. And it will figure it out. This is why a Claude-first approach is best, because it's the smartest, right? Yeah, see, pulls in all of the stuff.
And then on the more UI interface, you've got more of a dashboard.
Yeah, so in the UI interface, you can see what it's doing. It's a nice way to see what it's doing here, right? The connection to profile views, email enrichments, etc., etc. LinkedIn Connect is the MCP good. What leads do we have right now? Hot leads here, messages, unclassified messages. Yeah, I got a lot of unclassified, so I gotta go through it too.
And can you set up different campaigns? So, for example, if I want to talk to lawyers in one campaign, I want to talk to private equity guys in another campaign.
Of course, yeah. Here we go. See, it even tells us what to do here. What I'd focus on in this order: reply to the inbound people. True. Okay. Act on the 5 signals. Yeah. Investigate why campaigns. Yeah, that's already solved. Only then you unpause right. What I not do right now, yeah. Want me to draft to go for it. And when it drafts like the stuff, it's trained on your voice DNA, and it's trained on a bunch of things. So it, of course, you know, Claude does a very good job at writing these messages.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically built for power users like you.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so
and they're Claude skills that you've written and put a UI around it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You can even use your skills too. We're adding in a skills marketplace because, you know, there's a lot of GTM guys and they have all of their skills and they want to use their skills. So it's like, yeah, no problem.
Very cool. So it's a set of skills that you provide, which is a standalone kind of capability that you just showed me.
Yeah.
But you're able to tap into other skills that I would have on my system.
Yeah, exactly. You can pull in your skills
that I can invoke.
Exactly. Okay. You can invoke your own skills. Yeah.
Are you doing any enrichment? I saw something about Clay in one of the references.
Yeah.
When you find a LinkedIn lead, you got a skill to go find their email address?
Yep. Yep, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we use Wizza for that. It's built in.
Okay.
Yeah. Wizza
That's
is
an open
like
source.
99% verified email addresses. So it's like it's
great.
really high quality, just like Clay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And where are you in your launch?
It's launched. We have 15 customers. We launched it last Thursday.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah, I'd love to take it for a spin. I've got to manage a little bit. I can throttle down my LinkedIn connections on the other platform to give some bandwidth to Zevari.
Yeah.
I'm right now, I think I'm running 175 posts and invitations and messages per week.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty warmed up.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, man. Well, great.
Yeah.
Great chatting with you. I will send you an email with next steps.
Okay. Yeah. Look forward to it.
Okay, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Have a great day.
You
Cheers.
too. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.